Absolutely. And now on your next inhale, fill up to your capacity, zip your lips, and as you exhale through the nose, try to keep that same sound vibrating through the throat. This is Ujjayi. So inhaling through the nose, and still have that vibration as you exhale through the nose. A nice way of making sure that vibration remains is by pressing the tongue to the roof of the mouth so that the jaw remains relaxed. And now let's take our hands, reach them far out in front of us, stretch the fingers as wide as you can, and begin to make roots. So you can feel your fingertips, your knuckles, and your palms beginning to press into the mat. And let's open the arms so they're shoulder width apart. And now let's curl the toes under and press up into our first downward facing dog. And so for this first one, we're just going to work out some of the logistics of our body or the ergonomics of it. So let's take a look at our hands first. And either your pointer finger or your middle finger will be aimed towards the front. If you need more of an opening in the shoulders, your pointer fingers will be. If you want more of a traditional, it'll be the inside. Now we're going to take the elbows and bend them. Now imagine spiraling them in towards each other and then pushing out through those palms. And now let the head drop, pull the belly in, and look towards the navel. So you should still hear this Ujjayi cultivation. Take deeper inhales all the way in and exhales all the way out. So try to work through both arms straight. So hands up to this, No? Okay, so maybe so let the head go again. Put a little micro bend in the elbow. A little bit hyperextension. So let's take one more full inhale all the way up to the hips. And as you exhale all the way, squeeze the belly, take a look at the hands and step forward with the right leg and then your left leg. When both feet are up by the hands, inhale, look towards the gardens. Exhale, bow softly, allow your head to be heavy. Now pull your belly in and inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Try to grow a little bit taller at the top. Perfect. Exhale, hands down by the sides, hands to prayer. Actually stay here. So close the eyes for a moment and just honor this vibration that you have within you. Keep that Ujjayi rhythms. Inhaling all the way to the crown of the head. Exhaling all the way down to the pelvic floor. Zip it up. Inhale. Last exhale. Hands down by the sides. Eyes open. Inhale. Arms up, looking towards the thumbs. So arms all the way up. Exhale. Forward fold. Hinging at the hips. Fingertips will touch the floor. Pull your bellies in. Inhale. Again, take a look up towards the gardens. And as you exhale, just gently walk your feet back into your push-up position where we're going to remain just for a moment to again set logistics. Let's make sure the shoulders are stacked above the wrist. Put a little micro bend in your elbows, neck is long, and then as you exhale, squeeze your elbows in towards your ribs and hover down into the bottom. If you need to drop to the knees, please do. Inhale as you push forward with the toes, pull the shoulders down and behind you into upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, roll back over the toes into downward facing dog. So hands stay in place, and our feet make the adjustments. And since we all can see from the back of the room here, if your hamstrings are tight, if you run a little bit occasionally, bend your knees so that the spine is straight. As soon as the legs go straight in the background, all the benefit is taken out. So long spines, legs will gradually straighten. It may be today, and maybe next week, it could be 2019. It does not matter. Breath travels. So inhale, you want to hear this breath. Hold your neighbor accountable for sound vibration. Arms are active and strong, neck is long. Take one more full inhalation. Exhale everything you've got, palms flat. Take a look at the hands with the left leg, take a step forward, and then followed by the right. Inhale again, look up to the horizons. Exhale, bow down, soften, fold, contract your core. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back up to standing as you reach up and overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Hang here, eyes closed. Again, feel the vibration. Inhaling deeply. Zip your pelvic floor, pull your bellies in. Exhale completely. Shift your hips forward so your thighs activate. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, hands down by the sides and prepare. Inhale, arms rising overhead, looking towards our thumbs. Exhale, surrendering down towards floors, fingers grace the touch. As you inhale, push off, look up and lengthen. And then exhale again, walk yourself all the way back to your high plank, looking forward as you lower down into your chaturanga, elbows squeeze in. Inhale as you push forward into Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Perfect. And then exhale, hips rise to the skies into Adho Mukha Savasana. Again, hands stay in place, we make the adjustments. So that first inhale when we come into downward facing dog, it's the one that sets the rhythm and the pace for your practice. So I want us all to take note of our inhale here. So maybe have a 3-count inhale, match it with a 3-count exhale. Let's make sure our elbows aren't locked out, palms flat. Palms flat. Good. So if your elbows are super locked out, put a little micro bend in them. So again, watching the length of the inhale and match it with the length of your exhale. Inhaling one more time, try to fill your rib cage a little wider. And as you exhale all the way in and out through the nose, take a look at the hands. Right leg is stepping forward, and then the left leg. Inhale, horizon check. Exhale, bow down, soften and fold. Contract your core, and inhale, reach those arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, hang here in Samasthiti. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. So run that check of prana, bandhas, and drishti. So take another inhale. As you exhale, hands down by the sides, zip your bellies. Inhale, arms up, looking towards your thumbs. Exhale, bowing gracefully down as fingers touch the floor. Pull your bellies in as you inhale, look up towards the gardens. And exhale, walk your body all the way back to your push-up position and lower your body down towards the floor. As you inhale, push up into upward facing dog, shoulders down and back, away. And then exhale, roll over those toes into downward facing dog where our breath can begin. So inhale, gracefully, exhale. So you want this breath to be smooth, silky, kind of sexy as it comes in and then as it goes out. So another really important aspect of our breath is not just the in and the out, but that little tiny space in between. So as you draw in your next inhale, see if you can feel that little hover of circulation in the top of the throat, to the top of the head. And then again, as you exhale all the way, see if you can feel that little time in between your breaths. Let your head be heavy. Now with your next inhale, try to breathe into those shoulder blades, expanding your capacity. And as you exhale, with everything you've got, take a look at the hands. Now our left leg is stepping, followed by the right leg. When both feet greet the top, inhale, horizon check. Exhale, bow back down, ground through your core, and inhale, reach those arms all the way up to skies. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer, hang tight. Take an inhale, zip your bellies. Exhale, feel the relaxation. Inhale to capacity, and as you exhale, hands drop by the sides, belly pulls in. Inhale, arms rising overhead, grow taller. Exhale, surrendering completely as you fold. Let your chin tuck in to close the Vishuddha, throat center. And then as you inhale, looking up towards the gardens, Vishuddha gets to reopen. And then palms flat, you can start walking, maybe hopping your feet back to your push-up position and lowering down to chaturanga, looking forward. Inhale, scoop heart, project Ananta up towards skies. And then exhale, hips rise up, and you are there. Start your breath for 5. 4. So prana is in check. Ujjayi rhythms are solidified. Bandhas, we're just learning to explore. So imagine trying to seal your inner thighs, even though they don't move. When we try to bring our inner thighs together, we get a recruitment factor, which turns on the pelvic floor. And then our drishti gaze, it can be set towards the navel, towards the tip of the nose, maybe the toes. Now again, as you take in this in-breath, try to expand to the sides of your lungs all the way. And as you exhale everything you've got, you can either hop the feet to the top, or you can start with the right leg followed by the left. Beautiful. Inhale, checking the gardens. Exhale, bowing back down, softening, folding. Ground through your roots. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead, stretching a little bit taller. Exhale, hands Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more inhale, try to fill up to your collarbones. And as you exhale, hands drop down by the sides, zip your pelvic floor. Inhale, arms are stretching way up and overhead. Suck your belly in as you forward fold, fingers down to the floor, just tapping into that chronic dance. Palms flat, maybe if you can inhale, look up and lengthen, and then push your hands into the mat as you walk or hop the feet back. Pull your bellies in as you lower to Chaturanga Dandasana. Perfect. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha Savasana. And exhale into Adho Mukha Savasana. So zip the lips, inhaling deeply, and exhaling completely. There's a beautiful rhythm flowing in here. Can you hear your neighbor breathe? Inhaling and exhaling. Keep that full rhythm of breath. So maybe check those elbows again, a little micro bend perhaps to build more strength in your connective tissue. keeping those joints from allowing too much pressure. Now with your next inhale, suck your belly in, feel only your rib cage, feel it growing larger. And then as you exhale with an intention to empty the body, take a look at the hands, either walking with the left foot or hopping with both feet to the top. Inhale, horizon check. Exhale, bow down and fold. Inhale, draw all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra, Samasthiti. Breathing deeply. Feel that energy from the difference of first standing to now. So we're going to cruise into Surya Namaskar B. So we're going to take it step by step. So hands down by the sides, just listen to the cues. Inhale, just lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll them back down and behind you. Inhale, just feel your sternum stretch away from your pubic bone. And then as you exhale, drop into your imaginary chair, try to get your fingertips to touch the floor. So the exhale's down. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead, hollow your belly. And then exhale, bowing down, fingers back down to floor. Inhale, looking up towards the gardens, and then exhale, palms flat. Take it all the way back to your high plank. Lower down into the bottom of Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, push forward with the toes, scoop your heart open. Exhaling, massage those toes, rolling over them, hips to skies. So we're going to inhale, lift our right leg all the way up to the skies. Exhale, bend the knee and open the pelvis for 3. Lift the knee up, beautiful. Bend that leg. 2. Yeah, let it shake it. Yeah. And 1. Inhale, stretch the leg back out, frame those hips. Exhale, squeeze that right knee towards the chest. Push the right foot between your palms. Inhale, come up into Warrior 1. So stretch that foot up, arms up. Settle into Warrior 1 for 3. Arms overhead. And you can come up on that back toe so the hips are aimed towards the gardens. Inhaling. Feel your right hip tuck under just a bit. Come up on that back toe. Push out through the heel. Tuck that left hip under now. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to either side of your front foot on the floor. Exhaling, hands down to floor. Inhale, step your leg back to push-up position. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Squeeze your bellies in. Inhale into upward facing. And then exhale into downward facing. Beautiful. Now, inhale your left leg all the way to skies. Exhale, bend that knee, open the pelvis for 3. Push through those palms. 2, make sure you're not collapsing in the rib cage. Create space. And 1. Inhale, lift the leg back up to skies. Frame those hips. Exhale, squeeze that knee up to the chest. Place that foot between your hands. Inhale, arms up, overhead. We're going to be here for 3. Inner thigh check. Beautiful. 2. So come up on that back toes. Yeah. All the way. Yes, you can get into those toes. Take one more therapeutic inhale. And as you exhale, hands come back down to either sides of your left foot. Inhale, step your leg back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. And breathe deep for 5. So increase the pranic rhythms here. 4, feel how the sensations are coming to life as your breath expands. 3, feel that consciousness of lifting. 2, now again, expanding to your capacity. You're taking as much prana as you can. And as you exhale everything you've got, take a look at the hands and either walk or hop your feet back up to the top. Inhale as you look up and lengthen. Exhale as you bow down, soften and fold. Drop back into your imaginary chair again. Scoop your belly in. Reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to Anjali Mudra. So coming back to standing, hands to prayer. And just let that vibration resonate again. So as you inhale with hands in Anjali Mudra, feel the breath rise behind the thumbs. And as you exhale all the way, allow your hands to drop down by the sides. Inhale, just lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll them back down, starting to flow. Inhale, lift the sternum up a little bit higher. Exhale, sit back into your imaginary chair, fingers to floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, bow down, forward fold, fingers to floor. Inhale, fill into capacity as you look towards the gardens, and then exhale, palms flat, travel back all the way down to the bottom of Chaturanga. When you're ready, your inhale will scoop your heart forward into Urdhva Mukha Savasana, perfect strength and control, and then exhale into Adho Mukha Savasana. Now we're going to inhale, lift our right leg up to the skies. Exhale, bend the knee and open the pelvis, this time for only 2. Inhaling, exhaling, squeeze your pelvic floor. Inhaling, And exhaling. Now inhale, lift the leg back up. Exhale, squeeze that foot between those hands, press through your heel. Inhale, arms up for 2. Inhaling and exhaling. One more, inhaling, exhaling. Last inhale. Exhale, hands come back down to the sides of the foot. Inhale as you reset your plank. Exhale as you lower your body towards the floor. Inhale as you open the front side of your body. And exhale as you get into the back side of your body into downward facing dog. Now inhale, lift up through the left toes. Exhale, bend the knee, open the pelvis for 2. Inhaling completely. Exhaling all the way. Inhale one more time. Exhale everything you've got. Now inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, pull the left foot between the hands. Press through that heel. Inhale, arms up overhead for 2. Inhaling. Exhaling, feel gravity work. Inhaling, feel length happen. Exhale, gravity again. Last inhale, fill through the thoracic cavity. Exhale, bring those hands to either side of the left foot. Inhale to reset plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Perfect. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. And take a rest for 5. So downward facing dog does eventually become that resting position. If it's not today, no worries. You can always assume child's pose. You can even take it to all 4s and work your cat and your cow. Just remember to keep your breath intact, your movement. Find strength for those palms, push them flat, mom, push them flat. You gotta spread those fingers wide. Take one more inhale. Exhale everything you've got. Take a look at the hands, either walking or hopping both feet to the top. Inhale, horizon check. Exhale, bow back down, soften and fold. Drop into those hips. Inhale, arms up to skies. Exhale, come to standing, palms to prayer, Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale and an exhale, reground. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down by the sides. Inhale, just lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll them back down. Inhale, feel the sternum lift up higher. Exhale, drop back into your chair, fingers towards the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up, project your heart forward. Exhale, bow down, fingers to floor. Inhale as you look up and lengthen. Exhale, palms flat. Take it all the way back to your high plank, flowing down to the bottom of Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Beautiful. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. Now inhale, lift your right leg all the way up to the skies. Exhale, bend the knee, open the pelvis. Inhale, straighten it back out. Exhale, pull it all the way through, press through the heels. We're going to take one conscious inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands back down to the floor. Inhale, step the leg back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva, beautiful. Exhale, Adho. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, leg bends, open pelvis. Inhale, stretch the leg back out. Exhale, pull it all the way through. Find your heel. Inhale, rise up with a conscious inhale, inner thigh check. Exhale, bow back down, hands to the floor. Inhale, reset plank, bellies in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Last one, that was it for 5. So this ujjayi that you have found here, exaggerated a bit. And this is the breath that you want to take through your entire practice. So anytime you're cruising through your asanas today, this is what you want to hear, and this is what you want to feel. Full capacities. Just know that the way you practice on the mat is the way you live your life off the mat. So give it all that you've got today, so that when you step off the mat, life will take its full course. Let's fill up to our capacities here as much as you can. Exhale everything you've got. Take a look at the hands, walk or hop the feet to the top. Inhale, checking the gardens. Exhale, bowing back down and dropping back into that chair to sit those floors. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to prayer. Anjali Mudra, standing. So come to neutral position, standing. And just let that vibration resonate. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, hands down by the sides. Let's take those feet hip width apart if they're not already there. Inhale, just lift up through the chest. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips, and we're going to hook our peace sign fingers to our big toes like flip-flops. So get off your hippies, hook your toes. Now from here, again, lengthening the spine is more important than depth. So bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. And now imagine lengthening through the back of your neck, so you got no wrinkles. So from the crown, so bend your knees on the ladder. Bend those knees, and lift your chest up. Yeah, so it's a perfect long spine. So as you inhale, you're just trying to stretch from here to here longer. And as you exhale, hips may or may not lift. Perfect alignment. Yep, so let's lengthen the back of the neck. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Now everyone pull in. Yeah, perfect. Pull in all the way through that core. Now on your next inhale, just take a look up to the gardens. And as you exhale, we're going to change the hand placement. We're going to step on them. Palms of the hands to the palms of the feet. Inhale again as you look up. And then as you exhale, allow your head to hang. Ideally, we would love to have our thighs compressed against our chest, no matter how much we need to bend our knees. Now, for those of you who are a little more flexible here, you may be pushing your hastas into your padas, your hands into your feet, and you may feel that nectar in the crown or in the third eye. You just allow that to hang. If not, if you're not there yet, no worries. Every day is a step in progression, and always project positivity. So on your next inhale, look up and lengthen. And then as you exhale, place those hands on the hips. Put a little micro bend in your knees, contract your thighs and your core, and then inhale, come all the way up to standing Samasthiti. So when we're coming in and out of postures, use awareness. Don't just let your skeletal pull you back up, but use your bandhas, use your breath, use your muscles to bring you up. So we're assisting, all right? Tica Massage, we're going to take a big step back with our right foot. So right toes are aimed towards the back, and left foot's parallel to the front. So your heel and your arch of your foot ideally are in line, if not, no worries. So imagine here, trying to slide your feet together. Pelvic floor turns on. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, try to stretch and touch that back wall. And when you can't touch anymore, hand drops to shin, arm comes up to skies. If you're super flexible, so turn these toes in, these toes out. You may be able to hook your big toe with that peace sign finger again. I would heel toe your foot in closer. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Zip here. Yeah. So you're reaching up and beyond. So every inhale, you're trying to stretch from finger to finger, and every exhale, you're just squeezing navel to core. Now again, be careful that that right knee is not locked. You may have a little micro bend, just turn the right thigh on. Take one more inhale, try to reach up higher. As you exhale, prepare. Put a little micro bend in your right knee, push through the right heel, and inhale back to center. And then turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Again, we're going to inhale to lift the hips up and away. And as you exhale, try to stretch towards the gardens first, and then allow left hand to drop, maybe hooking toe or placing it on shin, and inhaling now up through that left arm. So every inhale, we're creating more space in our spine. Turn those back toes in a little bit. And then every exhale, so we're going to turn these hips in a little bit and drop that hip a little further down. Yes. So don't forget to breathe. Breathe into my hand. Inhaling, and then exhale, squeeze. One more inhale, full capacity. And as you exhale, you're going to put a little micro bend in the left knee, find a heel, and then inhale back up to center. So we're going to revolve and face the bars. And as we do, I want us to all take a look at our feet, because this is going to go for any of our twisting postures. Imagine instead of your feet being on a balance beam, that they're on railroad tracks. So take the right foot wider, so that your heels are in line with your hips. Yes, ideally heels are in one line, but we don't all work at an ideal, so we're going to work where we are today. So right hand on the hip and left arm up to the skies. Imagine your hips are your headlights, and they're going to stay aimed towards the bars. So as you lift up with the left hand, you're going to use your right hand to push that hip back, and then we're going to drop that left hand down to the floor. If you're not very flexible, you can bend that right knee, but we're going to lift that right arm up to the skies. So we're starting with our first spine twist. Perfect. So mommy, Natalie, I would take it a little bit wider to the left here. Now keep trying to shift that right hip back and left hip forward. Every inhale is a space, making more room. And every exhale, we may go just a little tiny bit deeper. Move with your breath. So we don't come into an asana at its most advanced phase, but rather we work organically into it. On your next exhale, place both hands down on the floor. Pull your bellies in. Inhale, put a micro bend in that front leg, come all the way up to center. And then we're going to revolve back to the front. So again, now as you twist, you'll see your feet get all like crazy. So take that left foot back out, wider, 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 wider. So wiggle it out a little bit. And now left hand up to the, right hand up to the skies, left hand on the hip. Yeah, so see how your feet are now crossed? Take this foot way out here. Yeah, turn the back toes in. Good. And then now again, that right arm reaches all the way forward as the left hip pushes back. So stretch forward towards the gardens with that right hand. And then right hand drops just below that right shoulder. And the inhale lifts that left arm up. So if you're uber flexible, you may be taking that right hand either in front of the left foot or maybe even eventually to the outside of it. Either way, work your breath. So bring that right here. Easier for you. There you go, you can bend that leg. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. You may even be looking at that left hand. Keep shifting that left hip back and back and back and back and back. Squeeze those inner thighs. And then as you exhale, both hands down to the floor. Pull your bellies in, micro bend, and inhale, come up to the center. And then exhale, step forward to Samasthiti. So Samasthiti, I think in other lineages, is Tadasana or mountain or something like that. I haven't really tapped into all of that. So now we're going to go into Parsva Konasana. So we're going to take a big step back with our right foot now. Right toes again, aim towards the back. And we drop down 90 degrees. So again, from here, again, low. I should be able to sit right here. Come on, turn that quad on. So this will keep our knees from sagging, right? As we get a little bit lower. Forearm, we're going to start in the middle of the thigh. And then reach the other arm up and over. So imagine here that your right knee is going away from me and your right hip is coming towards me. Now again, look up towards that hand. Beautiful. Pull your bellies in. Now without moving anything, try to slide your feet together. Oh, pelvic floor just turned on. You didn't have to do too much. Now try to get your right or your left pinky fingers further away from your left pinky toes. Soften those front right toes. It's not a death grip, we're using that heel. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you can bring that right hand to the outside of the foot on the floor. But if you're good and you're feeling the stretch, depth is never as important as alignment. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, settle in and prepare. Find that right heel. Inhale, come back up to the center. Shift your right toes in, your left toes out. Drop it on down again, 90 degrees onto that left leg. Tuck the pelvis. Inhale. Drop into that 90 degrees on the left knee, and then forearm to thigh again. And inhale, stretch your right arm now up and over. Good. So there's a mild tuck of the pelvis always, just to protect the lower lumbar. And again, take your left knee towards the wall behind you, and then take your left hip towards the door that you came in. So there's a pelvic opening here. But now breathe more, so turn this back foot in. Breathe more into that right lung. So remember, you always want to think about the expansion place in your body. Now try to take those right fingertips further away from your right toes. Every inhale, growing a little longer. Every exhale, taking it just a fraction of an inch deeper. And then on the bottom of your next exhale, settle in a little bit lower and prepare. And then inhale, come back up to the center. So we're going to get the little twist going on again. So we're going to pivot towards the bar. So we're going to take that right foot wider. Now as we do, we're going to drop down onto that left knee. So we're here. Yeah, so you can take that right foot wider. Now the benefit of this posture is going to come in from the compression that we get of the torso against the thigh. So we're going to take, I'm already backwards. We're going to take our left arm to the outside of the right knee. So imagine the outside of the armpit being buried, so get low. So you can get that arm all the way over. Now if you've got boobs that get in the way, take that left hand to the outside of the right boob and try to peel it over, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So bring this foot more here. This foot, yeah, it doesn't keep the long stance. Perfect. And I would, yeah, see if you can now straighten that arm up. Pinky. Oh, now shift your weight this way, forward. So see how the shoulder locks in? Yeah. That's all about compression. And you could probably move that boob out of the way more if you wanted to. Yeah. And it only gives you this much more room, but like solidifies that compression. So try to breathe into that compression. Yeah, the hip right there. Yes. And now reach that right arm up and over. Right arm. So left hand stays on the floor, right arm comes up and over. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Exactly. Yes, mamacita. So if you're ready, you can come up on that back toe if you want, but again, it's not necessary because you're breathing into that compression that you have. Try to look up towards that hand as an extension. Beautiful work. Now find your breath. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, and as you exhale, both hands down to the floor. Slowly unpeel yourself. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, turn around. Readjust those feet, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, drop down onto that right knee. And then again, same thing. You can work that left knee across the midline. So detox happens when the knee crosses the middle meridians of the body. So when we go to take that twist and that knee comes over, detox. Okay, so that's what we got to think about. So now right arm comes over to the outside of left knee. And one side, I mean, we're human, one side's going to be way different than the other. So Tiffany, what I'm going to have you do here is take your hands into prayer. Yep, so you had it left. So take the arm over again. and then hands to prayer, and push the palms together so elbows are apart. And look up over here. So you're trying to twist back of the arm, pushing into the knee into the arm. Breathing. Inhaling, twisting as you exhale. Inhaling, shift your weight forward. Exhaling as you twist. So really push the back of the arm into that knee. And again, this left hand could come to the outside of the right boot, pull it over to the side. Yeah. So when you dig your thumb in there, it sometimes shuts off that muscle. If you can get it to shut off, awesome. It naturally puts up resistance, which we'll find again on the floor when we do twisting. And when you're ready, you can take that left arm up and over. Good. So you have some hyperextension. So just put a little micro bend in the elbows. It'll save your joints in the long run. And if you want to try to come up on that back leg, be my guest, enjoy, but it's, remember, not important. But if you're in it, you can feel it, you want to stretch it, don't forget that breath, it's everything. Inhaling, yeah, mama. So when that starts to happen, squeeze those inner thighs together, right? And the balance gets all out of whack. All right, beautiful, and then both hands down. Inhale, come all the way to the center, exhale, step forward, shake it out. Nice. Yeah, it's okay, right? All right, good stuff. So this is our first getting in deep into those hips. So now we're going to step back into Prasarita, Padottanasana. So both feet step back. And we're going to turn the toes in more than the heels. No one has any sciatica, right? So from here, we're going to bring hands to hips. Inhale, lift chest up. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring fingertips to the floor. So again, if your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees. Think of yourself as a linebacker. Because again, as soon as this happens, nothing is happening for good. So inhale, find length in your spine. And then exhale, try to go a little bit deeper. So Mama Tiffany, take your feet wider, 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 wider. And Mama Natalie, just drop that chest, stick your heart through your shoulders. So imagine trying to pinch something between here. Stick your chest out, stick your glutes up, stick your glutes up. Yes. So now lengthen here. So that the spine is perfectly long. That's the sushumna. That's our main energy channel. So you can breathe deeply in through there. Now everyone, unless your legs are bent, lift your thighs up. Squeeze your bellies in. So I would bring your feet a little bit closer, palms to the floor. And fingertips in line with toes. So you can here, back more. And then you can use these elbows in the triceps, like you're in chaturanga, squeezing together here. Yeah. So there's this lifting and this momentum happening forward, and you get a flirt with that weight distribution. All right, on your next inhale, take a look up and lengthen. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips, put a little micro bend in your knees, and then inhale, come all the way back up to center. Exhale, neutral position. So because it's abbreviated, we're switching to C. Usually there's 4 forward folds here. So inhale, outstretch the arms. And as you exhale, interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. Now, whatever grip you just took is your dominant grip. So, switch it. Whatever thumb's on top of the other thumb on top. It should feel like you're holding someone else's hand. It should feel funny. Inhale, roll the shoulders down behind you. And then exhale again, go ahead and take that forward fold. Perfect. And take the forward fold. Good. So one day the fist will come all the way up and overhead, and fingers will come all the way down to the floor. Inhaling and exhaling. Holy guacamole. Inhaling. Put a little micro bend in those elbows. Ooh. Exhaling. A little bit of hyperextension. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take a tight grip here. Put a little micro bend in those knees, and then inhale. Pull yourself up with the leverage of that grip. Beautiful. Hang tight. Breathe. And if the room is its natural color, step forward into Samasthiti. If you're still dizzy, take your time there. So as soon as that's the first wave dip of head below heart, so enjoy it. It's a preview. All right, so we're going to get into some balancing. We're going to start, oh, actually not yet. Anyone text or use computers or anything like that? Okay. This should be fun. Arms up. And watch the rotation of the hands and follow it. So thumbs are facing each other. Now they're spinning out to face the sides of the room. Now the palms are pushing towards the back of the room. And now your fingertips, push those hips forward. Try to get your middle fingers to touch. And then your other fingers, pinkies, thumbs, and try to work into reverse prayer. Awesome. So everyone's going to get a little assist here. Mercy is the word. Yes. So close always. Palms together, shoulders down and back. Grab elbow to elbow. Actually, now take an inhale. Oh no, you got it. Palms together. All right, step back with your right foot and pivot to face Inhaling deeply, palms pushing, chest is erected. Exhaling completely. Inhaling, so you keep that like that. Exhaling, good. Inhale, so mama now lean chest up again. So you try to get that around you and keep it lifted. Yes. Exhaling, keep that right quad lifting. Inhaling. This is your last exhale. It's going to take you to that deepest point. Pull your bellies in, micro bend in that right knee. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Exhale, do-si-do to the front. Yeah, breathe. And then now again, we got to readjust those feet. So left foot wider, wider, wider. Inhale, align those hips, press the palms together. Exhale, bow down. Now at the bottom of that first exhale is that opportunity to re-lengthen through the back of the neck, perfect alignment. And then as you exhale, you just go a little tiny bit further. So little micro movements. Inhaling for space. Exhaling for depth and detox. Inhaling for enlightenment. Exhaling for grounding. One more full inhale all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale everything you've got. Squeeze your belly. Bend that front knee. Inhale, push yourself all the way back up. Exhale, step forward, Namaskar B. Anjali Mudra probably feels nice. Right, now we're going to get into balancing. Tica Massage Center. So before we get into any balancing, we have to make sure we have a foundation. So we're going to shift the weight first to the left leg. Spread your left toes wide, left hand on the hip. Now just feel your toes gripping, feel your shins starting to activate your calf, your quad, even that left glute. And then we're going to pick that right knee up. So you can either take the knee, this is the modification. If you're comfortable, you can hook the toe. We're going peace sign fingers again. One day that leg will go straight. It's up to you. Now set your drishti gaze ahead of you somewhere, preferably not on something that moves, but something that is stationary. Now feel the strength in your standing leg. Feel the core zipped up, so right leg is lifted, left foot's on the floor. So other one, other right? Yeah, perfect. So find the foundation on the left foot. If you feel as though that big toe starts to come up, imagine you're driving a car and you're pushing into the gas pedal. Now as that foot kicks out, pull those pinky toes back towards the face, pull your bellies in, maybe bend the elbow wide to the right. Every inhale creates space again, and every exhale maybe a little deeper. So now that your drishti is set forward on something stationary, we're going to transition our energy as we move the right leg out to the side. Once the right leg travels over to the side, remain steady, and if and only if you stay balanced, you may or may not transfer your drishti over your left shoulder. You can use that left hand on your hip for leverage. Remember prana, bandha, good, so just lift that leg up higher, and drishti. So instead of pushing the knee, we're going to keep it higher. Perfect. Inhale, bring your leg back to the center. Exhale, either pull the knee up towards the chest or maybe the chin towards the shin. Now both hands on your waist and straighten that leg out all by itself. You got it, India, just get it straight out. For 5, both hands on hips. 4, drop that right hip down, shoulders down, face is soft, ensure you're smiling, and it's just a leg, so keep it floating. 2 more. Now flex the foot, lift it an inch, and gracefully set it down next to your other foot. All right, beautiful, shake it out. So again, we're going to transition that into the other side. So as you move all of your weight into your right leg, find that foundation. Right toes are spread, right hand is on hip, right quad, right glute, they're all ready to go. Set your drishti gaze ahead of you, prana bandha drishti, and lift your left leg up. Again, either taking the knee or the big toe, whichever works best for you. But you're here, and you're moving organically within your breath. So you may be upright, you may be kicking the leg out. Either way, soften your face, control your breathing. Right hand on the hip for leverage. That foot to the floor. And you can really work at pushing that hip over. You can take hands to prayer if you want. Perfect. Same benefit. All right, now with your drishti being set, we're going to transfer energy again as we take now the left leg out to the left side of the body. If and only if your balance is set, you may work for a challenge to take the drishti over the right side. Again, not important as long as you're getting the full benefit of this posture where you are right now. Prana, bandha, encouraging, drishti. Increase the prana, concentration tends to take it over sometimes. And now inhale, leg back to the center. Exhale, either pull that chin towards the shin or the knee to the chest. And both hands now upon the waist. Float that leg and hold it up all by Face is soft. Left hip is dropping. Foot is strong. Beautiful. Don't forget to breathe. Now flex the foot, lift it, and let it go. Beautiful. Shake it off the knees. Awesome. Is this okay? All right. We have 3 more postures, and we're taking it to the floor. So we're going to vinyasa between the next ones. It's kind of that pinnacle of the standing to get that heart rate up one more time before we take it to the floor. And remember, in yoga, we're not working for a faster heart, but a stronger heart. So if you start to feel all that craziness, just take it down a little bit. All right. So Samasthiti, coming up to the top, hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Take a deep inhale, conscious exhale, hands down by the sides. Inhale, arms up, reach them overhead. Exhale, bow down, forward fold, fingers to the floor, pull your bellies in. Inhale as you look up towards the gardens. Exhale, take the feet all the way back, high plank, lower down to the bottom of Chaturanga. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. Now take a look at those hands, walk or hop the feet up to the top. And when you get there, sit back in your imaginary chair and inhale, arms up, Utkatasana for 5. Arms can be wide, palms can be pressing. 4, it doesn't matter. Whatever works best for your shoulders, which are pulling down and away from your ears. 3. Now tuck the pelvis under a bit, try to sit a little bit lower. 2, stretch out with those fingertips like energetic lights. Take 1 more full breath all the way to collarbones. Exhale, forward fold, fingers down the floor. Inhale as you look up to lengthen. Exhale, palms flat, travel all the way back to your high plank and then lowering down to the bottom of Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling into Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. Beautiful. Now inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Press through the palms. Inhale, arms up. Virabhadrasana 1 for 5. Heel low. 4, encourage breathing. Sound, rhythm, vibration. 3, find that right hip. 2, and as you exhale, prepare. We're just going to straighten our right leg. Pivot all the way around and face the back. Now as you do, you're going to have to wiggle walk that left foot wider to the left side of your mat. Dropping it down 90 degrees, turn the back toes in. Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side for 5, so heel low. Beautiful. 4, find that left heel pressing, find that left hip tucking. 3, so a little less curve in that spine and you tuck that tail in under. Yes, perfect. 2, so we're stimulating. Take 1 more inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to fan ourselves open into Warrior 2, facing the side wall here. So the back foot now is parallel to the front of the mat. Beautiful. Right hip is under and dropped. And we're looking down the center line of that left arm for 5. Try to activate from armpits to elbows. 4, I hope no one's a first grade teacher, but if you are, have one that has saggy arms, check it out. Strengthen through those arms. So open that left knee up to the side, back towards and behind you. Beautiful. Keep the pelvis opening. Amazing. Now as you get a little lower, prepare. Straighten that left leg. Left toes turn in. Right toes turn out. Take it on down, 90 degrees. So this is the last 5 for standing. Soften through the face. So this is the marathon for yogis. This is where we can bring that intensification of prana, bandha, drishti, where we get to burn those 6 kamas, those 6 poisons from the inside out. So take another full pranic inhalation all the way to the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, go and spiral or windmill those hands to either sides of your front foot. Inhale as you step the leg back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. So hang tight here, take a look towards me in the back. So vinyasa in Ashtanga is where we get our reputation for being badasses or hardcore. So from down dog to floor, okay? Options. You can either take a look at the hands, take little micro hops, so you cross at the shin, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then you get to the zone I call the oh shit zone, where you can't go forward, you can't go back. So you gotta drop the hips down, lower, come to seated. Option A. You've been practicing a little while. Your first hop may be all the way up to the hands. And then you may have to scoot. Just try. See what happens. Ooh, so feet closer together on that, Amy. So come back down, dog. That's right. Stare between the hands. And then like cross at the shins, toes are close together.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you jump.
As you jump,
they cross. Yes. Yeah. So see how that right foot wants to weave through? That's perfectly fine. That can do that too. So it comes up. I would tend to weave.
Okay.
That's like
And then you
reverse.
stay here for a second.
Yes.
Okay.
And then eventually we pull it back through too. But so we start in Dandasana. So feet are straight out, palms are pressed down to the sides of the mat, chin is in. So pull back on the toes as you kick out through the heels. Take deep inhales. This is like the reset button. And then complete exhale. So like in standing, we're here, floor, we're here. So as we transition through the floor, you can either hang tight right here, or you can take a vinyasa. Okay? So vinyasas from the floor. We'll try it together. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, cross, squeeze. Heels to bum, knees together. Now reach your arms out. Take a look at your neighbor. Do they fit through their legs? If not, knees need to come closer. So imagine my hands are on the floor now. I fit, right? I fit through. Okay, legs back out. That's option A. Or actually, A is here. B is just squeezing and tucking. C is going for the full gusto, yeah? So it's inhale, legs up. Exhale, cross, squeeze. All right, so now we're going to forward fold. So forward folding, if your hamstrings are tight, you're just sitting up straight. Because your body, it is already folded in half. It doesn't have to be sandwich pressed, okay? So watch what happens when we round. Our pelvis tucks and our hamstrings shorten as soon as we round. If we stay upright and think of ourselves as more of a lever, hamstrings stay long. So that's what we're going for in a forward fold to start. So your grip may be here. Could be here, it may be the toes. So inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, go for your forward fold, whatever that is for you. As soon as you find your spot, you're going to inhale, sit up as tall as you can. And then as you exhale, you're going to micro movement to go a little bit deeper. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Watch how your body moves organically. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Inhaling a little more. Exhaling everything you've got. Inhaling. And now as you exhale all the way, prepare. Squeeze your core. And then inhale, bring yourself all the way up to seated. And then from here, you can either take a vinyasa or not. Up to you. So you could just be squeezing, you could just be sitting, you could be going all the way through. Doesn't matter. So you can already feel that working.
I've never done this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from here, as you squeeze, bring your hands to the floor, push, lift up. So that's like ocean vinyasa, right? So squeeze, heels to butt, heels to holds, heels to holds, heels to holds. Sorry, that's my state. My students have had a while. Now hands in front of you. Take hand in front of you and then push back, shut. Yeah.
Okay.
And that transition will just every time get a little bit easier, a little bit easier. All right, so now when you forward fold, you've got to reverse it, right? So we just took the forward motion, now we're going to take it back. So the hands are going to come behind us 6 to 8 inches. Modification is bend the knees. Point your toes, shoulders down and back, head drops, pelvis lifts for 5. Beautiful. 4. So now then flip your hands the other way. 3, fingers to meet. Yeah. 2, keep lifting up, toes pointed, get those toes to the floor, toes to floor, toes to floor, big toe touching, dropping on down. Awesome. Now if you want to take the vinyasa, inhale, legs up, exhale, cross, squeeze. Reach those arms forward, press through the palms, try to lift everything up. Come on forward. Yeah. So that's where you have to transfer those hands forward. So bring them forward. Yep. And now you're going to have to bring it. Yes. Yeah. Hands forward there.
Okay.
Yep, you had it right there, and then take it out. Yes. So that second hand motion will eventually fade.
Okay.
There's always transitions. All right, and release. So now we're going to take it into the legs a little bit. This is one we normally do in standing, but because it's abbreviated, we're saving it for floor. So bring your right leg up into a cradle. Right, other right knee. Your right knee. I should be mirror imaging, but when I do that, I get even more turned around. So try to get the foot inside one elbow and the knee inside the other. Okay. So this may be all for you today. If this is comfortable and you have lotuses, you may be taking that leg into a half lotus. And now if you have a half lotus, try to wrap that arm around, right arm around to hook your right toes. if you can bind that toe, you're going to forward fold. Yeah, so you can hook the outside of that left foot. Left toes are pulling back. Yeah, you got it. So take this right arm up to the skies. Right arm, other right. And relax it. Relax it. That'll do all the work. And I can get your toe in there. Squeeze your knees together. There you go. So you're bound. And what this bind does is the heel compresses into the colon and the back of the arm gets into the kidney. So once the body's open enough to forward fold, you get all these nice detoxing benefits, especially if you go forward fold. All right, so inhale, bring it on up. Exhale, release that leg, press both hands to the floor. Actually, just switch sides. So left leg comes up, again into half lotus. Good. So from here, this may be it. So try to get that elbow inside to me. And so if you're using it, I want you to rock a little bit, just a little, side to side. You can feel that perineum getting some work there. Yeah. And so for here, Nelly, as you inhale, feel the toe lift higher. And then as you exhale, you pull that leg a little bit closer. Good. And then if you're ready, you can drop down into that lotus. Taking that left arm up to the skies and then wrapping it around to take that bind. So left arm all the way up. Yeah. Oh, perfecto.
It's easier.
Yeah, one side usually tends to be a lot easier. So lift that left arm up to the skies for me. This hip's way different than the other one, huh?
Yeah, very.
Relax. It's a good thing. And taking it forward. So again, eventually that compression works. So Tiffany, the same benefit you're getting right here, they're getting here. We just all get it in different spaces. All right. So breathe into that compression. Inhaling deeply. Don't forget to lose the breath, or don't forget and lose the breath. And then inhale, bring it on up. Exhale is the release of vinyasa or Tandasana. So I'm used to teaching 90 minutes, not 60. So we're going to have to take it to another abbreviation. So we can take a vinyasa, or we're just going to go into spine twisting. So we're going to bring the right knee up to the chest, and the right hand behind us. And now that left arm comes all the way up and all the way over. So remember in standing, when we did our spine twist, and we got the boob over to the outside of the thigh, same, except for on the floor, right? Now this is where eventually you work a bind. So if the back of the arm is buried, you're going to stretch that left arm out, thumbs to the floor. Now imagine pushing air. Try to get the thumbs to the outside of the knee, and then trace that thumb up to your hip. Get a nice shoulder little crack there. And now your hands bind. So since the elbow and the knee are touching, bend the arm. And again, same thing, the elbow and the knee are pushing and pushing and pushing. So you see this hand? This is one of my favorite is this. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. And then up to the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Oh, tight corners. All right, inhale back to center. Is that for you? Exhale, bring your hands to the left side of the body for a little dip. So both hands press to the outside of the floor. Yeah, exactly. So when you just drop into the elbows there, dip. Yeah, so it's just a little, counter twist. And then back up to the center, and other side. Good stuff. So left knee up, right arm up and over. Good stuff. Yep. Those sides different already. So the body puts up a lot of natural resistance. So if you ever get an assist from me and I'm talking to you, I'm just trying to tell your muscles to ignore me and ignore you. Breathe. So hold it. Give this some energy. Try to breathe all the way here. It's a new passageway. Good. So every inhale you sit up high. Every exhale you twist and squeeze and go a little tiny bit further. Yes. Inhale deeply. Exhaling completely. Look how much further you're twisted. Now you're ready for the fun assist. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, alright, inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to the right side of the body. Little dip. Bring it back up to the center. Now bring both knees up to your chest. Arms up to the skies. Navasana, legs out for 5 and 100. 4. So I know it's really nice to hang out on the tailbone, but come forward onto your sit bones. Now reach the arms towards the garden. Chest. Arms out wide. Arms up to skies. Arms out wide. Arms up to skies. Arms out wide. Back to the center. Either vinyasa or just mermaid and lie all the way on your bellies. bellies, bend the knees, grab the outsides of your feet, press your pelvis towards the floor. If you're experiencing any pain here, come out. Try to get your big toes to touch, roll your shoulders down and behind you. Now start kicking your feet into your hands and look towards the tip of your nose for 10, 9, outside the feet now, 8, beautiful, 7, that's perfect, 6, breathe stronger, 5, 4, you've got this, 3, go to your edge, 2, and release, press into child's pose. Awesome. So since we are pressed 4 times, as you rise up slowly, we're going to move onto the walls. We're going to prop our butt against the wall and our legs to the sides. So normally in the Ashtanga practice we have a set closing sequence, but again, since we're pressed for time, we're going to have to modify it. So as you come up to the wall, you can take your mat with you if you'd like. I suggest sitting next to the wall with your shoulder against it first, and then laying onto your side. That way when you roll onto your back, your butt's already up against the wall. A lot of people have shoulder issues who try to scoot up, and we're going to hang here for the duration. This is going to be your closing Asana kind of all together. Once your legs have had it here, you can drop down into Baddha Konasana. Any space works. So, since we're on our feet most of the day, I highly recommend doing this in the evenings, particularly for those of us who are active. Yep, so come to seated for a second. And you can start on this side. So sit up against the wall like this. Yeah, and then lay down on the side. And then roll over those feet to the wall. So bring your shoulders over here. Yeah, so you're perpendicular to the wall, and then let's yeah. So then the butt's already there. You can scoot away from it if you need to. So what this does is it elongates the spine, which is a safe way of doing it. It stimulates the lymphatic system. It also calms the heart rate. If you have any trouble sleeping at night, this will be one of your best friends. But particularly, varicose veins, blockages in the legs, spider veins, whatever you want to call them, this will keep them completely at bay. And remember, you only get 2 feet for one life, so treat them well. And try to allow your legs to be docile here.
Seeing it rare.
I'm closing them out right now.
Okay, cool.
So,
Okay, cool.
so you can just feel the sensation start to drip down the legs. It's like that reverse flow. Allow your palms to face up. This is so we can allow the blessings of our practice to be received, full openness in the universe. Now, since we were pressed for time, this is also serving as our closing sequence. It'll also serve as our closing together. So from here, I just want you to take a moment to thank yourself for creating time and space for you. Each time we step onto the mat, we unpeel ourselves. We're constantly unrevealing or unveiling our highest potential. And it's only through movement and through breath that we can break down our physical barriers so that the internal, spiritual, esoteric layers can come forth and shine. So the more attention we pay to these inner vibrations, the greater our outer illumination becomes. We become more gentle, more caring, more compassionate, more progressive in our thinking, and more positive in our daily life. intention to create consciousness